My generation. Who? Can you believe it's almost mid-month?
I know.
Unbelievable. Time just moves so quickly. It moves so quickly. It moves so quickly. 2 days away from the actual birth date of Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King. Of course, we will be celebrating his birthday, the national holiday. Next Monday, we are going to be at the Push Excel breakfast down at the Hyatt. Are you going to be with me, or is that Antonio?
Antonio's going to be there, and I'll be here making
And then you'll have to come on over after, because you're going to have, the big politicians there. But we have more than 300 young people in college, and we have them on full scholarships right now, full and substantial partial scholarships. And this breakfast helps to pay for that. It helps to pay for that. And so we hope that you will be there. Call 773-FREEDOM because they're almost sold out. Not quite. The tickets are $150, but it will be a great, great investment in the future of these children. And you will get a chance to see a lot of our scholarship winners at the breakfast itself. So please call 773-FREEDOM because we want you to be there. Lady B, what are we going to be talking about today? We have got... everyone talks about President Trump, and he's done this, he's done that, but many of us do not pay attention to the fact that he has overtaken the judiciary system, and he's made it right wing, and it's going to impact how we live for at least a generation, if not longer. So what does that mean? What does that mean? Many people who voted for him, many of us made our votes in 2016 very personal. I don't like this candidate. I don't like that one. Well, you know what? We saw the people on the right, they did something very smart. They got over their personal distaste, in some cases, of the president, of then candidate Donald Trump, because they said, you know what? Okay, the people like him, or I'll get over it. He is someone who can help us to do this. He can help us to achieve these goals. And part of the goal of the right wing has been to take over the judiciary, and they are doing that. And he's appointed people in their 40s and their 50s who could conceivably serve for 20, 30, 40 years. So let's talk about that today, and these crazy medical bills, these surprise medical bills. We're going to have Dr. Susan Rogers of the Physicians for a National Health Program on. Did you know there's a woman, Lady B, who she had a little tickle in her throat. She wasn't feeling well. And then it started hurting her. Well, it turns out she had strep throat. Do you know how much her bill was? More than $25,000.
I believe that.
And this has been happening. Well, you go to a hospital, get a doctor who's out of network. If you have an emergency and you are at a hospital that is out of network, you get charged an out-of-network fee, and you will go bankrupt. Mm-hmm. Congress is trying to deal with that now, but we want to talk with Dr. Rogers, and we want to talk with you about these surprise medical bills. Has that ever happened to you? I know it's happened to me, and it is devastating. Yes. It's devastating. So, keep those calls coming in at 773-763-9278, 773-763-WCPT. We are streaming live on WCPT820.com, WCPT820.com, and, of course, on Facebook Live on WCPT 820 and on the Santita Jackson and Friends page, and now on YouTube on the Santita Jackson Show. Oh, wow. 773-763-9278. And, Lady B, let's just get to some of these headlines as we bring on Attorney Robert Patillo. We love talking to him, don't we? Yes, and Attorney C.K. Hoffler, the president-elect of the National Bar Association, which is the largest black bar association in the world. You know about this bombing of the Al-Assad Air Base? Did you know that they had 2.5 hours warning before the missile struck? Yeah. U.S. troops at the Al-Assad Air Base in Iraq were aware that an Iranian attack was imminent. It allowed them to take shelter 2.5 hours before missiles struck on Wednesday. And we've been watching a lot of exclusive tours of the devastated site. Most troops, according to CNN, were either flown out of the base or sheltering in bunkers built by Saddam Hussein, no less, Lady B. That's right, by 11 p.m. local time. And then other people, contractors and some soldiers, were flown out before the attack. And unbelievably, there were no casualties. No casualties. Wow. So, whew, war is, that's what war is, Lady B. That is what war is. Seeking to explain Donald Trump's claim that Iran was planning attacks on 4 American embassies before the U.S. killed Iranian General Qasem Soleimani in a drone strike, according to The Guardian, Defense Secretary Mike Esper found himself in the dangerous position of contradicting the president. On CBS's Face the Nation, when asked if there had been a specific or tangible threat, Secretary Esper said, quote, "I didn't see one with regard to 4 embassies," close quote. President Trump's claim on Fox News on Friday prompted fierce criticism from members of Congress who were not briefed before the strike and who say that such a threat was not mentioned in a classified briefing on Wednesday. On Sunday, Secretary Esper added, "What I'm saying is I share the president's view that probably my expectation was that they were going to go after our embassies. We had information that there was going to be an attack within a matter of days. That would be broad in scale. In other words, more than one country, and it would be bigger than previous attacks, likely going to take us into open hostilities with Iran. We had every expectation to believe this would happen. That threat has been disrupted." And Soleimani was killed by a drone strike in Baghdad on January 3rd. Well, moving on to American politics. Well, Lady B, we have got the big debate, the last debate, televised debate before the first vote of 2020, the Iowa caucuses. Well, Bernie Sanders had a curt response for Donald Trump on Sunday after the president noted that the Vermont senator's strong showing in the Democratic Party's race could be kind of dangerous for the Democrats. And so Senator Sanders was asked, what does the president's goading mean? He said, quote, "It means you're going to lose." Ouch. Oh, the 78-year-old candidate has rebounded from a heart attack last year, climbing in the polls of the Democratic field as the Iowa caucuses approach. Wow. And according to the Des Moines Register, which is the gold standard in the state of Iowa for of newspapers and for polling, he is number 1. So we will see. He's ahead of Biden, Buttigieg, and Warren. We'll see how that all works. Bloomberg and Steyer's spending is, well, these benches are beginning to pay off, according to Politico. Tom Steyer's campaign had long the look of a colossal waste. Mind-boggling sums of cash dropped on a campaign that won him nothing more than a few appearances in Democratic debates. For Mike Bloomberg, who entered the race in November, the risk was the same. Steyer has spent $106 million in advertising. Bloomberg has spent $211 million, but now they're in the debates. And now they're showing up in the polls. Wow, what do you think about that? Do you think Cory Booker was right? Have they bought their way into this presidential race? Because think about it. If they had not had all of this, all of these ad buys, if they had not become known to the American public, they probably would not have registered as, in the polling. Oh, we'll see. Now, this is how politics works. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is getting a lot of pushback from the DCCC, that's the Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee, because they said that she owes $250,000 in dues. Now, did you know that when you run for Congress, you automatically start owing the DCCC? Now, no, look, it happened to my brother when he was in Congress. He used to get a lot of pushback from no less than Rahm Emanuel, right? Because he was head of that. And so she said, look, I have raised $300,000 directly for progressive Democrats, and I'm trying to preserve and expand the party. But the DCCC, which is mainstream, they said, no, you owe us $250,000. And she said, no, because you blacklist vendors for working with insurgent primary challengers like myself. We'll see where this goes. Now, I'm on AOC.